Welcome to 3 Minutes Fix. In this video, we're going to see how to successfully install latest version of Dooo app without issue. If you have not purchased Dooo app, I recommend you to buy it from Canyon today to follow my video effectively. For hosting your admin panel, you need to have a good cPanel hosting, which is recommended and I personally tested. You can use a shared or VIP hosting, depend on your budget. Admin panel user details securely, and be cautioned to avoid sharing these details with others. I recommend providing a valid email address for easy password reset in the future. License key you will get with your zip file. In case you lost, you can always download it from Canyon My Download sections. Once you got it, you can add the key and press Finish button. Once login, if you're installing first time, you will prompt to update to latest version. Many of them told panel showing old version. Don't worry, you just need to update the panel to get use of latest release. If panel shows 404 error or it's keep showing, please wait. I suggest you to recheck which version of FIF version you're using. If it's correct, first contact your hosting and ask them about the extension called FOPEN is enabled or not. If no, I suggest you to change hosting. If yes, you can raise a ticket to developer with panel details. Let's see new feature in admin panel one by one. First thing got fixed in this release is Go Anime, which was slightly buggy last time. Now it's back and fixed the issues. So let's try to import a series and see. Series imported successfully without issue, but the images is not scrapped well. Hope it get fixed soon. While testing, I discovered several issues, such as Android settings not being saved. Even when saved, the details wouldn't appear on the screen. In this release, these issues have been successfully fixed. Many of us asked the developer about preventing signups with temporary email addresses. He listened to our concerns and implemented a scraper that includes 16,374 types of domains, commonly used by temporary email services. By matching these domains, we can detect users attempting to use temporary email addresses and prompt them to provide a valid one for a genuine user experience. Displaying pop-up messages with Lottie animation can be challenging due to Lottie no longer providing direct link hosting to their domain. Instead, you need to use services like GitHub to host your JSON file for viewing. First, choose the image you wish to show. Next, add the image or animation to your Lottie project page. Once added, you can download it as an offline source. After downloading, add that to your GitHub library. Take the raw link and paste it into your admin panel URL placeholder. Now, save the panel. There is small changes in safe mode, which is images no longer load when safe mode is on. This will come in handy in certain situations. There is a new update that was recently released, introducing a custom payment gateway. This gateway currently supports more than 20 currencies, allowing users to make payments in their respective national currencies without worrying about conversion and platform charges. To make use of custom payment first, you need to enable the custom payment toggle button. Then you need to choose the custom payment gateway type and write down the details on how your user can pay you. I am adding fake details. You can add your bank details in this place like account number and the IFSC code. If it's an Indian account and your users are from India, this will come in handy. Some users encounter an something went wrong error when attempting to send notifications via the panel. I discovered that this issue arises due to ad blocking extensions that block the panel from executing the script responsible for triggering the notification code. By disabling these extensions, you can send notifications without any issues.
Moving on to the next session, we will explore how to build an Android app without issues and cover some of the changes. Currently, I am using the Flamingo version, but it is always recommended to try the latest stable release to ensure hassle-free building your application. I am facing a Gradle issue because I am using an older version. If you are using the same version and do not wish to update, you can change the Gradle version to a lower one compatible with this Android Studio. If you do not want to mess with Gradle, you can straight away update your Android Studio to the latest release. The first thing we need to do is change the package name to our own. Since many of you are now experts in this, I won't be narrating, but will simply show how to do it on screen. Recently, we encountered an issue in Android Studio where the package got split into two due to a renaming issue. There's no need to worry. Simply repeat the steps with the unchanged package name to merge them together without any issues. After changing the package name, next is adding the Firebase JSON file to your app. After that, we will work on remote config. If you are a new user, you will see this page. Press the Upload Template button to upload the Firebase config file. Once uploaded, you need to add your server details. Remember to make all changes at once and save them. Don't save them separately. Otherwise, Firebase will take time to retrieve each change individually. If you already have the file in your Firebase, all you need to do is press the three-dot button and choose Publish from the File menu. Next, upload the new JSON file to the panel. Once uploaded, you can update it with your admin panel details and other configuration information, and save it all at once. After changing package first error, you will get is build config file missing error. Mostly, that will generated by rebuilding. In case it's not generated, you need to add a piece of code, which I add in description of video as link so paste and build it. The next error is a resource file error, which is also a generated file that will mostly be generated by rebuilding and restarting multiple times. However, most of our Cs are not powerful enough to rebuild several times easily. A quick solution is to manually add the import statement to it. In 90% of cases, it will be auto-generated by building your app twice, once by choosing Build and selecting Rebuild, another time by choosing Build and then selecting Make Project. After fixing all the errors, now let's see how our app looks like in this new version. Remember, we also got new homepage design with fragment methods. Our message view is showing correctly. Do you remember we have turned safe mode on? Now it's functioning Make app not to load the thumbnails and hide the play and download button. This can be effective against hackers. To use the app, we will disable it once. Now we will see how GoGo Anime Stream is working. And it's functioning successfully without error. Search button is back like an old release, and we also have mic option in this release. This release has also fixed the continue playing issue, where previously it would crash on start to play the movie. We also have trending section, which is exclusive to this release. Also, we have icon that can be added from admin panel simply. I have tested YouTube Livestream, which is working effectively. Since this is a basic installation guide, I won't be covering everything in detail, but I've included a few important issues that I've observed in the app. One crucial issue that still needs fixing is the downloading problem. I hope that if I am able to resolve the errors, I will cover them in the video series I am about to post next.